Pokemon Snap was a game that I thoroughly enjoyed on the Nintendo 64, and as I mentioned in my review for that game, that it's one of the games I tend to revisit for its gameplay. I also wish they'd make a sequel for it, and thankfully, after 21 to 22 years, they finally did it. Appropriately named New Pokemon Snap, this game gets quite the upgrade with more Pokemon to take photos of and more locations to visit. The game is easily accessible to new players and familiar for people who are returning from the original N64 game. In New Pokemon Snap, you play the role of a self-insert visiting the Lental region to help out Professor Mirror investigate the behaviour of Pokemon in the region, as well as the mysterious Illumina phenomenon. Aiding Professor Mirror is his assistant Rita, as well as Todd from the original Pokemon Snap, and his self-proclaimed student Phil. As you investigate different areas in the region in an on-rails experience with the new Neo 1, the successor to the Zero 1, you'll build up a photo dex detailing each Pokemon you encounter, and with over 200 Pokemon to take pictures of, you'll certainly be kept busy doing it. But how does this game stack up against the original? Does the formula still work today? More importantly, is it any good? Find out in The Good. The replayability that, in my opinion, the original Pokemon Snap was well known for makes a return, and new Pokemon Snap certainly encourages it while being significantly longer than the original. As you progress through the game, you'll get a scanner function on your camera that can pick up Pokemon and items of interest, as well as Fluff Fruit replacing the apple-shaped Pokemon food, a music player to replace the Poké Flute, although it only has one tune against the Poké Flute's 3, and introducing the Illumina Orbs, which will make Pokemon glow and, depending on how it's used, can change how a Pokemon can feel or behave in its environment. The Illumina Orb and the Fluff Fruit both replace the functions of the Pesterball from the original game, as both can be used to reveal any Pokemon hiding in the level. You also have the Dash engine to speed up the Neo 1, and finally, focusing the camera will slow the Neo 1 down, which addresses an issue I had with the original. A number of the courses in the game have a day and a night version of the course, with you exploring the same area, but with different Pokemon coming out at different times and behaving differently to how they're found normally. There are a large variety of locations to explore, ranging from parklands to a jungle, beach, volcano, and snowlands to name a few, each with their own variety of Pokemon for you to take photos of. If you're really lucky, you may even get a glimpse of certain Pokemon if requirements are met, and some may require you to do something in one stage to unlock seeing them in another. There are also levels where you have to take photos of the area's Illumina Pokemon as a boss battle of sorts, kinda like Mew from the original, and some of those levels do require you to throw things at the Pokemon in order for your photos to count. The replayability factor is retained from the original, and it's certainly something I can still see myself coming back to. As you progress through each level, photos of Pokemon can be evaluated by Professor Mirror based on the quality of the photo, Pokemon size, the direction they're facing, the pose, if other Pokemon are in the picture, as well as the background. These photos are added to your photo dex, with each Pokemon having 4 entries from 1 to 4 stars depending on the photo taken. The scores from these photos go towards a research level, and when the points requirement are met, you can replay the course again but with changes to what Pokemon appear or where they are. You may also be able to open up paths that you weren't able to access before, which will provide you with even more photo opportunities. Photos in this game, after being evaluated, can now be edited through the Resnap feature, which allows you to adjust the zoom of the photo, as well as retouch it before going to your album for further editing by giving the images a filter, changing the frames, and adding stickers. You can upload the photos to an online album for your character that can be viewed and liked by players around the world. You can also save the edited images to your album, as well as have them saved as screenshots on your Nintendo Switch. If you have an Instax mini link, using the appropriate app, you can even print out Polaroid photos of your new Pokemon Snap pictures, complete with additional frames through the Instax mini link app. I really do dig the changes to the evaluation feature and how it does tie in to unlock newer variations of the levels. I thought the game's story was a little bit more meaningful than the original. While I feel it still takes a backseat in favour to you exploring and taking photos of Pokemon in a chill environment, investigating the Illumina phenomenon and the Pokemon affected by it, the plot is still certainly there, and as you encounter each Illumina Pokemon, more of the story opens up. Even once you finish the game, there's still stuff to do, and you can even unlock a feature for beating it to make capturing that perfect moment a little easier. But just like taking good and bad photos, the game does have its issues, and we'll explore those in The Bad. While you do take photos to increase the evaluation score in order to unlock the next variation of a stage or to unlock a new level, the game does get to a point where you're just trying to beat your own scores in order to make up the point difference. If you take a photo and it fails to beat your existing picture, then the points from that will not count towards the evaluation score. Whether you think your photos are hot stuff or not is subjective, and one which you think is really good might not be in the eyes of the professor and against the existing photo you've taken. It also doesn't help that the focusing feature of the camera will often pick up the wrong Pokemon, so a photo of one Pokemon that you take a photo of might be evaluated as a photo of another Pokemon just because it was close by or maybe behind it. A good example is of this Natu. Because Natu is sitting on the shoulder of a Golurk, I found the photos I was taking of the Natu, despite the cursor being on it, were treated as photos of Golurk when picking images to get evaluated. While I'm used to grinding in RPGs and other games, when it gets to a point where I'm just trying to beat my own score and I'm struggling to do it, then the game does lose its appeal. To be fair, that is the only real gripe I have with this game, so it's about time that I give the opinion. New Pokemon Snap is definitely a worthy successor to the original N64 game. It retains the replayability of the original while expanding on existing features, and I've lost track of time playing and replaying through courses in the game over a weekend. There's more meaning to the story, and while I do miss things like the Pokemon signs and the Pestiball in the original, the new stuff makes up for it. There is a bit of a grind if you want to increase your evaluation levels, and sometimes the camera may not identify the Pokemon you're trying to take a photo of as well, but in the grand scheme of things, these were minor nuisances. Bandai Namco did a pretty good job on this game, and I don't even mind if they introduce more courses as DLC or something later on down the track, if you excuse the pun. It would make returning to the game all the more fun, and if you enjoy photography games, then I think you'll get some joy out of it. If you want more photography games as part of your fix, then you can also give Africa, as well as Umurangi Generation a go since they specialise in photography as a core feature. With that though, it's time for my rating. I would give New Pokemon Snap this photo of a Pinsir and Heracross superimposed onto that Nickelback image, but with a filter, out of 10. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next Infinite Backlog review. If you enjoyed today's review, feel free to check out some of our other videos and subscribe for more. You can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram and our Facebook page. Once again, thank you for watching.